He's like, I'm done fighting, bro.
Can I get you some iced milk and a nice bowl of raspberries too?
Yeah, what the f...
Eat shit, dwarf.
You're on the wrong side of the wall.
I lost half my men. The Blackwater's on fire.
Dog, I command you to go back out there and fight!
He ain't gonna do it. He's done.
Your King's Guard, Clegane. We must beat them back or they're going to take this city. Your King's city.
He doesn't even care.
Fuck the King's Guard. Fuck the city. Fuck the king.
Man, he a real one with it. He's like, F this, I'm out. You better not do it, bruh. You gotta come out there.
Your own city. Why should they?
What would you have me do?
Lead.
Lead, bruh. Are you the king or not?
Against the invaders who want to kill them.
What did my mother say exactly? Did she have urgent business with me?
She did not say, Your Grace.
He better not. Come on, man.
Sabara, Samantha, stay with my uncle and represent the king on the field of battle.
What? Oh, you's a bitch. Oh, but Rob will go out there in front of his and fight with his men, but you gonna bitch out. Okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. Even Stannis is out there fighting amongst everybody. This man Joffrey bitched out.
They say I'm half a man. But what does that make the lot of you?
The only way out is through the gates. And they're at the gates.
There's another way out. I'm going to show you. Come out behind them and fuck them in their asses.
Shit. They're almost there, man. You better hurry up.
And don't fight for his kingdoms. Don't fight for honor. Don't fight for glory. Don't fight for riches because you won't get anything.
They don't get paid?
Your city Stannis means to sack. That's your gate he's ramming. If he gets in, it will be your houses he burns. Your gold he steals. Your women he will rape.
Yeah, you better say, hey, better hurry up.
Those are brave men knocking at our door. Let's go kill them.
Let's go. Let's go. Tyrion Lannister stepping up my favorite character ranks. Let's go. Oh shit. Who the
Lady's starting to panic.
What are you doing here?
What the hell?
For long.
Is it the Hound?
I'm going
Where?
someplace that isn't burning. I can take you with me. Take you to Winterfell.
Yeah, go. I don't know. I don't
Keep you safe.
really entirely trust you, bro. You unstable right now.
You want to go home?
Yes. Well, no, Theon's there. Don't go there. Don't now.
I'll be safe here.
Don't go there. See, give Tyrion his respect. Give Tyrion his respect. What?
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, shit. They need some help. Dog, look how many... Oh, my God, bruh. The city might fall, bro. This might be a cliffhanger. Bruh. Get back. You don't know me. Dang! Watch out, Tyrion. Thank you. No! No! What the... He didn't die, did he? Was that his own man? Oh my God. Is Tyrion alright, y'all?
They're still fighting.
In the Kingswood, there lived a mother and her cub.
a pretty nice shot, though. I'm not gonna lie.
But there were other things that lived in the woods, evil things.
Like what?
Man, what the?
Like stags.
Stags aren't evil. They only eat grass.
Baratheons, the Starks.
Look at
Is he all right?
howling in the night. Little cub was frightened.
What is
His
that?
mother said, "You are a lion, my son. You mustn't be afraid."
Who is that? Oh, it's more Lannister men. The reinforcements. That's a Lannister flag, right?
For one day, all the beasts will bow to you. You will be king. All the stags will bow, all the wolves will bow. The bears in the north and the foxes of the south. All the birds in the sky and the beasts in the sea. They will all come to you, little lion,
Wow.
to rest a crown upon your head.
So they got more Lannister soldiers? How? Who is that?
And the cub said, "Will I be strong and fierce like my father?" "Yes," said his mother.
Oh shit, she about to
"You will
kill
be
him.
strong and fierce just like your father."
Is he alright? I think he just got sliced across the face. I think he's fine, but man, this is not good, bro.
I will keep you safe. I know. I promise you.
Oh shit. Oh, that's a Tyrell dude. Loras Tyrell, right? Wow, they're retreating. Tywin, of course, bruh.
The battle is over. We have won.
Of course. Why did I not think of that? I forgot about frickin' Tywin leaving Harrenhal.
And who are you? The proud Lord said.
Alright, I'm gonna turn that off so I don't get copyrighted. Alright, y'all, so that was the episode, and man, that was some bullshit. That really went down like that. That was pretty crazy. But the first thing I want to say is that, man, these episode 9s, y'all said they were pretty lit. They were pretty lit. Like last episode 9 obviously was the big death of Ned Stark, obviously, and that totally caught me off guard because it wasn't really like a season finale thing, or wasn't like a season premiere. It was like one of those deaths that were so random. Like, I'm looking back on it now, it was built up, but I'm just saying, like, watching it and not really seeing it in real time didn't build up my anticipation for this, for that, you know. For this, my anticipation for this has been building up since, you know, the first episode. Ever since that Stannis wanted to go take the Iron Throne, this has been building up, you know. And I always thought that Tyrion and Stannis were like two sides of the same coin. You know, Stannis is on the aggressor, and then Tyrion's on the defense, trying to defend King's Landing, and Stannis is trying to, you know, get the Iron Throne and stuff like that. But man, this was a pretty good episode. A lot of character development in this. Season. Not a lot of story. I know there's some story, but it's just like, it's not that the pace is slow, right? It's just a lot of like, they're trying to build character, and they're trying to build, you know, these families up more and more. I feel like, you know, obviously Theon had a shitload of character development. Stannis has had a lot of character development. Tyrion has had a lot. You know, Arya's kind of stayed the same. Jon's kind of stayed the same. Well, for me anyway. But that's for another topic for another day. But the biggest thing was the battle itself. So how was the plan devised by Tyrion? Obviously, the plan by Tyrion was very smart, you know, just to get one boat of Wildfire on there, which was pretty smart. Honestly, I did not see, you know, I saw it coming when they started to tease that it was only one boat, But before that, I wasn't really sure how Tyrion was gonna, defend King's Landing from Stannis and the rest of the people. So now that they blew up the entire fleet, I saw, oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't really understand how powerful Wildfire was until that moment. I didn't really understand how powerful it was until that moment where it exploded. So it's pretty crazy how that went down like that. So sheesh, that's nothing to play with. They said they had what, like 700 things of it or something like that. I don't even remember. But man, that was crazy. Like, the thing is, it exploded, right? And then it kept expanding of fire. Like, it just kept going. I'm like, dude, how long or how far does this fire go out? The Hound did not like that at all. And it's interesting because he quit pretty much the Kingsguard. Like, he left. He out. He left the Kingsguard. I think he left King's Landing, tried to take Sansa with him. But obviously Sansa probably would not leave. I didn't feel comfortable with having Sansa leave with him, especially during a war, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that would have been wrong for her to leave in the middle of a battle. Like, what if Stannis' men would have found her and the Hound together? They probably would have killed the Hound instantly and taken Sansa. So that would not have been good for her. So I'm glad she made the right decision, I think, to stay and whatnot, Even though I know it's bad for her. She doesn't want to marry Joffrey, but she might not have to now. So we'll discuss that later. But man, I'm really interested to see where this the rest of the stories go. And the thing is about this episode, man, everything was in one central location. Like, the entire episode was in King's Landing, the entire episode. And I don't think we've had that yet, in this series, season 2. I know in the first episode we had Winterfell, we had Essos, we had King's Landing, we had all these different locations. But now, for these big time episodes, I guess they're going to do these episodes where it's all in one location, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool, obviously. This was a good episode. I think my favorite episode is probably episode 6 or 7, I think, because how good it is. I had to look back to see what my favorite episode of this season was. But last season, my favorite episode was definitely The Wolf and the Lion. But season 2 has been pretty solid. I think season 1 was a little bit better in terms of the twist and the story aspects. And, the actual character deaths. Like, there hasn't been any big character deaths in this season. Obviously, Renly he wasn't a big character, but he was a character, he was a player. He wasn't really like a big time character. I think we got another character died in this episode, which was Davos. I mean, I think Davos died, and his damn son. Like, his son was like right near the dock of the ship where the wildfire blew up. So I feel like his son's dead. I don't know. I feel like Davos, how do you do if he does survive that? How? Like, how? I don't know how would you survive that? That's pretty insane. He has to like lose an arm or something. He has to like lose an arm or a leg or something like that, if he does survive, because I feel like they were setting up that son dying, like Davos' son. They were setting up him dying for this entire episode. He's like, "Oh, we're going to do this. He was being too cocky with it. So I feel like he was going to die quick. He was too cocky. He was saying that, oh, they're coming, they're ringing bells for the new king. Like, no, they're ringing bells to come fight you, sir. Like, no. I feel like they were setting up his death for a long time. He just kept going, Like, a lot of commanders would have probably said, hey, we lost our entire fleet. We lost a bunch of men. We're getting out of here. We're devising a new plan. Like, Stannis was like, F that. I'm going in there. I'm slicing and dicing people. I don't care. I'm going in there with his, as many men as I can, and he did as long as he can. It's very interesting that, his men pulled him back from the brink of like probably killing himself, He was probably going to die if he would have kept going, because obviously the Lannisters had reinforcements and shit, so there's no reason why they probably would won anyway. So it makes sense for his men to pull him back, you know, from the brink of despair like that. I feel like, yeah, Stannis lost bad. Like, he lost bad. He lost his fleet. He might have lost his hand, Davos. He might have lost him. He lost his son. I think, yeah, Davos' son is dead. There's no way. There's no way he survived that. Davos could have survived it, but I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to see what happens down there. But yeah, Stannis lost bad. Like, I don't know. I get, like, obviously Varys knows everything. Varys knows when Stannis was probably going to strike and whatnot. But it's crazy that they know where exactly Stannis was going to come by. So they already devised, like, this plan to actually have Stannis be caught in the pickle like that. And I don't think it's, like, bad writing or anything. I'm just asking, you know. Because it just seemed very convenient that Stannis was in the exact same damn spot that Tyrion and the rest of the folks were. And I know Tyrion said earlier, oh, that's the weakest part in King's Landing. But I don't know. I just feel like that was kind of convenient, you know. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying explicitly. Obviously, we got a lot of character development within that. We got a lot of character development in this episode with the Hound. Like the Hound, one, he hates Wildfire. He hates fire in general, obviously, because his damn brother, the Mountain, pretty much threw his head in a damn, like, fire pit or whatever, burned half of his face off. Learned that in the first season, but damn, it's just like, I understand why he would be so scared of fire, but he quit the Kingsguard. That really surprised me. Like, it's not that he was not only afraid of fire, but it's just that he quit fighting. Like, he quit fighting, you know? And I could tell, because the actors really do a good job of, like, displaying their emotions on their faces and wearing their emotions on the sleeve. Like, you can tell when the Hound was really not feeling Joffrey's commands or orders or whatever. Like, I remember when Sansa was getting punished by Joffrey earlier this season, and the Hound was looking kind of pissed off at him, you know? He's saying, hey, this is wrong, probably in his head or whatever. And I think the Hound has a lot of, like, internal conflict going on, you know? Probably trying to find himself a little bit, you know? And he's just being utilized as a soldier. He probably doesn't want to do that. He probably wants to have a say in what he does and what he's going to be, you know? So I feel like him leaving was a good call. Very, very big character moment for him, because he, like, disowned everything about King's Landing and the Lannisters and Joffrey and everything. He said, F the king, F the kingdoms, F the city. I'm out. I'm out of here. I don't care. I'm out of here. But yeah, I feel like Sansa probably shouldn't have gone with him at that moment. Like I said before, I like the Hound. I feel like he's a good dude, but he wasn't thinking straight right there. And also, what was his beef with Bronn all about? Like earlier in that episode when Bronn was with the hookers and stuff, what was his beef with Bronn all about? Was it just that he was messing around before the war started, or was it something else? I don't know. He was like, he kept sizing him up and whatnot. So I feel like, I thought there was going to be like a damn fight breakout, you know? So, yeah, that was very interesting. That was a very interesting scene. Obviously, we got to know a little bit more about Cersei and how her insecurities lie. You know, she feels like Tyrion is picking off her children one by one, you know, that he sent Marcella off to Dorne or whatever. And then also that she thinks that Tyrion obviously wanted Joffrey out there to fight in the front lines and get killed, you know, or try to get her son killed. And I get where her position is, but I feel like Tyrion really loves those children. Even though he kind of tolerates Joffrey, you could tell he really loves the kid and the girl, the two youngest ones, not Joffrey, but the two youngest ones. So I feel like he wouldn't do anything to harm them, you know. And I feel like she's really insecure about what she's feeling and what she's doing. You know, she has a lot of, like, internal turmoil going on inside her as well, you know. And she was about to kill her and her damn son at the end too, which was crazy. Like, they're sitting on the Iron Throne, which was it was a cool scene, but her and her son were sitting on the Iron Throne, and she was about to like drink that damn poison and kill herself, which is literally insane. It's crazy because obviously she said that if Stannis had won, he'd probably let the men do whatever they want to the women or whatever. And I get that they probably would have all died, but man, it was just kind of so frightening to see a mother, tell her son a good night story, pretty much a good night death story, like goodbye. But yeah, it was like that was crazy. She was really ready to kill her son and kill herself, which was pretty crazy. Obviously Tyrion was the MVP of this episode, y'all. Like, Tyrion has stepped it up to be probably my favorite character out of everybody. Ned Stark was my favorite character, but now Tyrion has stepped himself up. Like, Tyrion, I think throughout this entire season with him, playing the Game of Thrones and being the Hand of the King, and now he's freaking like a commander of war now. So he's upped his stripes a little bit, and he's like built his character up very well this season. So props to Tyrion. He did his shit. He did his shit right, for real. Obviously Tyrion rallied the troops after Joffrey's bitch ass left and whatnot. Does my mother have any business with me? What kind of business? Oh, represent the king in the field of battle. I'm out of here. It's like, bitch, come on, man. Like, Robb goes out there and fights with his people. I think even Tywin goes out there and fights with his people. And Tywin's what, like 60 years old? What excuses do you have? Like, get out of here. And Tyrion got sliced and diced by a Lannister guy. I think that was a Lannister guy, right? I think that was his own man. Remember when Joffrey said, "Hey, can you represent the king on the field of battle?" I think that was one of the guys that sliced Tyrion. So who hired him to do that? Maybe it was Joffrey. Maybe it was Cersei. Maybe it was somebody else. Would it be Varys? Would it be Varys? Nah. Maybe the Maester guy that wanted to get back at him for imprisoning him. Grand Maester Pycelle. Maybe it was him that hired the soldier to try to execute Tyrion right there. Maybe that was him. Because think about it. He did imprison him and whatnot. Maybe it was to get back at some revenge or whatever. But Tyrion got sliced and diced. Obviously his what's his name? Podrick? Yeah, Podrick, whatever. He killed the other guy, so thank God. I don't feel like Tyrion's dying. Nah, he's not dying. Because if he would have died, they would have showed it right there. There's no way that they would have cliffhangered it, right? Maybe? I don't know. Does this TV show do cliffhangers like that? I don't know. But I don't think he's dead. I feel like it's a big scratch, but I feel like Tyrion will be fine. Because everything about Ned Stark's death last season, even though I don't rag on it, but it just came out of nowhere for me. Like, when you go back and watch it, like, I went back and watched season 1 a little bit, like, all the Ned scenes, I pretty much skipped through it. You can tell, there was an uneasiness that he was going to die, and you can tell that his death was built up purposely to, prove a point in the story. Like, I always said about the Bran and Rickon fake out death last episode, or the episode before that, I always said it seemed like out of place for this show to do that, because it feels like everything's done with a purpose, or everything's done with a sense of purpose or whatever. Realistically, they probably could have ended this episode in episode 10, and make it the season finale, because each character is kind of like at that point of limbo where it would be in a TV show. Jon is captured with the wildlings. Find out next season what happens. Daenerys' dragons are missing. Find out next season what happens. Tyrion got sliced across the face. Will he live? Will he die? Find out next season what happens. Because I feel like it was kind of a cliffhanger for all the storylines. Theon took Winterfell. What's going to happen with that? Robb and Rob and this girl Talissa got together. What's going to happen after that? So I feel like they could have ended this actually as a season finale. I'm glad they didn't, obviously, but it's very interesting that they probably could have ended this as a damn season finale. Like, they could have if they wanted to, but obviously they didn't. And I feel like we're going to see more of that, those other storylines probably next episode. Probably going to be none of this King's Landing stuff next episode as well. So that's going to be very interesting. Obviously, that last scene was so chilling to have a mother, you know, tell her son a good night, pretty much a good life story, like a good night story, but just a good night story, you know. It was so chilling to see that, you know, all the wolves will bow, all the stags will bow, obviously referencing the Starks and the Lannisters. And she was about to kill him, you know, and she was about to kill herself until, you know, Tywin Lannister walked up in that bitch with Loras Tyrell. So now the Tyrells have aligned themselves with the Lannisters, just like Littlefinger was going to say, or wanting to plan. Littlefinger was behind it the entire time. He went to go meet with the Tyrells, and then he went to go meet with Tywin in Harrenhal. So I feel like Littlefinger put those two together. Why? I don't know. It's all part of the plan. But I remember in season 1 where Arya was watching Varys and the other dude that Daenerys was with in season 1, you know, talking and communicating and stuff like that. So they're both playing behind the scenes here. Y'all are not going to catch me. I'm trying to see everything, y'all. I'm trying to see it all. This show is not going to catch me. It might catch me off guard. That whole demon baby shit, that caught me off guard. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see Renly's death coming. I didn't see Ned Stark's death coming. So I saw a lot of shit not coming. But maybe all the obvious shit I see coming, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am. I don't know. Obviously, Tywin Lannister brokered a deal with the Tyrells, and that's going to be very interesting because Marjorie Tyrell wants to be the queen, right? Obviously, Joffrey is pledged to Sansa, but they could just push her out of the way and have her marry Marjorie, right? Or have him marry Marjorie, probably. Maybe. I don't know. But it's going to be very interesting because, one, they hate the Baratheons, and that's what the Lannisters' primary enemy was at the time. Now they can put all their focus on the Starks and Robb now. So Robb's got to watch his back as Tywin's going to focus the entire war, you know, settlement on him now. You know, Tywin, I really thought Tywin was going to, you know, go to the north. Well, not to the north, but just go fight Robb and stuff in the field. But I guess he's going to have somebody else do that, or maybe he's just waiting for them to land in King's Landing, because honestly, they guarded King's Landing pretty well. Like, who's to say Robb doesn't try to storm King's Landing, and they do the same thing, you know? So I feel like that might happen again, maybe in season 3 or 4. Who knows how long this war is going to go down. That's the thing about the pace. It's not that it's slow. It's just that this war took like a season and a half. Like, it's been brewing for a season and a half. Ever since Ned got captured, I think, that's when it started popping off. So I feel like episode 7 of last season, or 6, right? Yeah. So it's been happening for about a season and a half so far. So who's to say when this war ends? You know, the War of the Five Kings that they're calling it or whatever. So, obviously, it's going to be very interesting if Marjorie is going to try to smooth over with Tywin and everybody else to make herself the prime candidate to be Joffrey's queen. Because, one, that would give her a lot of power and dominion. 2, I could see why the Tyrells would want to broker an alliance with the Lannisters. They freaking win everything. They got the money. They got the troops. They got the best dude. You know, Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister is that dog, though. Tywin Lannister, he's that dude, man. He is that man. Like, when he walks up in a room, like, people shit themselves. I'm telling you. Like, I don't know. He just walked in so badass with it. And it's not like an outlandish badass. He's like cool and suave and badass with it. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I see Tywin Lannister on screen, I always say this, but he reminds me of Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart's character on Star Trek The Next Generation. Just reminds me of a British dude that's really just suave and cool like that, you know? And it's going to be very interesting what happens next with that storyline, obviously, if Tywin's going to take Tyrion's position back, because Tyrion is taking, you know, the king of the hand of the king until Tywin comes back. Now Tywin's back, so Tywin's going to take that position probably back from Tyrion, and that's going to suck. So that's going to be very interesting to see. One episode left until we meet, or until we reach season 3, and then I got season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 5 seasons left, man. Woo! I know I'm trying to grind these out for y'all. Obviously, I'm going to be doing these, and these are going to be my... the thing about these videos, right? These are going to be my main TV show reactions and reviews. I'm going to be doing other videos as well, so if you guys want to check those out, please do as well when those get uploaded and stuff. But this is going to be my main TV show review as of like just of right now, you know, because I just have already so much on my plate and whatnot. So I just want to make sure this is my focus. You know, Game of Thrones is my TV show focus. Obviously, I'm going to do Star Wars, Avengers, DC stuff when that stuff comes out, and reviews and reactions and all that when that stuff comes out. But I appreciate y'all for, you know, sending me other shows to watch, and I'm going to get to those, obviously. You know, this channel is going to be up for a long time, so, and hopefully we build up to a way bigger following, so I'm able to do this full time. And you know, if I'm able to do this like full time, that would be fantastic, you know, and that would be great. That'd be the dream, you know, to do this full time. I love y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you are new, and if you do want to see my Game of Thrones season 1 and season 2 reactions, I do have separate playlists for those. They're going to be in the description box below. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Love y'all. See y'all next one. Peace, y'all.